The first Queenslander to be found guilty of helping someone else commit suicide has been sentenced to 3 years jail, but could be paroled after 6 months. 50-year-old Merrin Nielsen from Mount Nebo, west of Brisbane, was charged with aiding the suicide of an elderly man at his Brisbane home 3 years ago.
The jailing of Merrin Nielsen for assisting a suicide will set a precedent.
It's the first time that someone's been convicted of assisting suicide in this state under the Criminal Code. The decision will be significant, I think, in future cases.
I'm very disappointed about it. I just wish the laws were changed so that people didn't find themselves caught up in this sort of situation.
But pro-life groups have a different view.
The law states that life has a value, and by having a penalty in place, it reinforces the fact that that life has a value.
In June 2009, 76-year-old stroke survivor Frank Ward took his own life at his Clayfield unit. Toxicology reports showed his blood was laced with pentobarbital, a drug used to euthanise animals. The Supreme Court heard his friend Merrin Nielsen flew to Mexico to get the drug for Mr Ward, who was intent on taking his own life. Mr Ward wasn't terminally ill or incapacitated, but had looked after his wife before she died and didn't want to end up the same way. A jury found Mr Nielsen guilty late yesterday. In sentencing, the judge said Mr Nielsen had told investigating police hundreds of lies, dishonesty, which indicates a lack of remorse. She added you had a personal financial interest in the death because you became the sole beneficiary of his will.
No, it's probably not a good look, but I mean the reality was that Frank decided to give the money to whoever he wanted. This is a person who acted out of compassion to try and help his friend.
I think we need to focus a lot more on compassionate palliative care rather than the ending of a life.
Nielsen was sentenced to 3 years jail with a parole release date set down for August. James Kelly, ABC News, Brisbane.